Hey everyone, I know it's time for Steve Storytime, but this virus is kind of bringing me down. I'm not feeling as well as I used to. I'm just kidding! I'm not sick! This virus can't bring me down. I shouldn't say that. If it brings me down, I'll come back. We'll all be fine. I hope you're fine. This is Storytime with Steve. That's me. Hey, I'm here in my backyard and wanted to share a story with you. I can't even say it, but I'm going to be able to tell it. Don't worry. It's going to get better than that. I started with some bad acting, and that's what this whole story is about today. Some bad acting. Okay, my parents were divorced when I was probably 9 or 10, and my dad dated and had a few girlfriends, and then a very long-time girlfriend who was basically his wife for a long time, but my mother never remarried. And she did try and date a little bit after that, but she was the one looking after us, and us kids always ruined it for her. For example, one time a guy she was dating drove up. My sister was home from college, and the guy my mom was dating drove up, and it's good she got rid of him because he pulled into the driveway and just honked the horn for her to come out, and my sister thought it was one of her friends, so she ran out and jumped in the car and then looked and realized, oh no, this isn't my friends that we were supposed to be. So it was always stuff like that that stopped my mom from dating, and this is probably one of the great stories of why she never remarried or probably gave up on dating. So when I was probably about 14, maybe 15, my friend Aaron Kecker had a little brother whose favorite thing in the world, he was about, let's see, he would have been 9 years younger than this, so he was probably 5 or 6 at this point. His favorite thing in the world was Michael Jackson's Thriller, which had come out just a couple of years before that. And he loved Thriller. He not only loved the video, he had the making of Thriller, and he watched it all the time. He was again, 5 or 6 years old, and it was his favorite thing. So his dad worked as a cameraman for Channel 44, which was the sports channel in Chicago, and he was a cameraman for the White Sox, and he also did some work on Oprah later. But at this time, I think he was still working as a baseball cameraman. And he decided a fun thing would be to make a video for Joshua, the young little boy, where we recreate Thriller in their basement, and we shoot it, and we had like the blood Thriller kind of letters coming down, and then we would all dress up as zombies, and we would dress Joshua up in blackface. I'm gonna just in case those pictures are out there. He knew nothing. He was 5 and 6. We knew nothing. We were teenagers. We didn't know about blackface at that time. We loved Michael Jackson. All right. There was no malice in it. We didn't know anything about it. I apologize. I wasn't black. I was a zombie. But anyways, Joshua dressed up as a little Michael Jackson. He had this awesome, looked just like him. Well, not just like him. He was little. He was short. He looked more like Alfonso Ribeiro, if you remember that. So he had a little afro wig, and he did it, and we recreated in their basement the Thriller video. And so to do it, we put on all this Halloween makeup. I think it was around Halloween anyway, so that was all available in the drugstores. We put on all this makeup, and then we did the dance around him, you know, all that. We did the whole thing, right? And recreated it, and his dad shot it and edited it, and it was, instead of Michael Jackson's Thriller at the beginning, it said Joshua Kecker's Thriller, and it was this present for him, so it was awesome. So after we shot the video, I'm taking off all of my zombie makeup, and I realized that it just looks, at some point as I took off most of the makeup, it looks like I had been just beat up. That's kind of what it looked like. So I decided to stop taking off the makeup and play a trick on my mom. So I walked home. I lived about 2 blocks from my friend, and I walk home, and I'm thinking of this whole thing on the way, and I'm like, okay, what's the story I'm going to tell her? I'm going to tell her I got beat up, and she's going to think this. I don't know why I thought this would be funny for a mom to joke that their son was jumped and beat up. I don't know. Stupid, right? Who wants to fool their mother into worrying about them? But that was my prank at that time. Okay, this is why I didn't do Jackass. I wasn't even good at pranks. So the whole way I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to tell her? What am I going to tell her? So I'm walking up and I'm running the story in my head as I walk into my house. So as I walk in my house, I don't notice that in the driveway there's a car that is not normally there. Okay, remember that. I walk in the house, immediately I turn on the act. I come in the house, 50-year-old man, I'm like, got all this stuff that looks like I've been beat up, you know, and I go, Mom! She's not there. I don't know what's going on. She's not responding. What is this? You know, usually she's in the front room, maybe her bedroom, kitchen. She's nowhere. We didn't have a big house. Mom! Finally, I walk into the kitchen. Where is she? Mom! And I'm pretending to cry. Then all of a sudden I hear from the basement, which is just off the kitchen. I hear, don't come down here! Okay, well now I know she's heard me, right? So I go, Mom, hurry up! Hurry up! And she says again, don't come down here, I'll be right up! Okay, so I keep the pretend waterworks going, and I'm there, I'm walking around the house, or not the house, but basically the kitchen. I'm, washing my hands, acting like I'm putting stuff on, fake ice, or not fake ice, but real ice, but putting on there like it's doing anything. And finally I hear her coming up the stairs. So she's coming up the stairs, and she's kind of worried and running, and as she's coming up the stairs, she sees me in the kitchen, and she sees me from across the room. She's like, oh my God! And we had kind of a gate at the top of the stairs. She opened the gate, she's like, oh my God! And she runs across the thing, she's like, what happened? And I was like, these guys in a van, they jumped me, and they were beating me up, and she's like, oh my God, and she's running, she doesn't know what to do, she sees that I've already got ice, but she's trying to get ice, and she's there, and she's like, where was this? I was like, around the corner. She's like, how many were there? I was like, there were three of them, and I'm like, I'm cracking up inside, right? And she's like, oh my God, okay, we gotta call the police, and she runs over to the corner, she's about to grab the phone, and I can't let her call the police, because this didn't really happen, right? And I go, no, don't call the police. I'm joking. It's all a joke. And she turns around and she's like, you little son of a bitch. Ironically, that's what she called me. But she goes, you little son of a bitch. And right then, at the same time, walking up the stairs was this guy she had been seeing. And he looked at me and realized it was all a joke and gave me the death stare. There was something happening. There was some business happening. I cock-blocked my mom. That's basically what it is. Instead of her having a nice, good life where she gets to have some pleasure, I ruined even this. We never saw that guy again. He never came back because of me. Because I'm a jerk. Because I had to play a prank on my mom. So every time I see or hear Michael Jackson Thriller, I think of my mom and how I stopped her having some pleasure in her life, sexually, romantically, however it is. Sorry, Mom, but I hope the rest of you enjoyed that story because it's one of my favorites of story. I hope you're all doing well. I will put at the end of this where you can find me, and if you're interested in buying some merchandise, where you can do it. My PayPal is steve@stevemazan, MAZAN.com. If you send $5 to there, or my Venmo, Steve Mazan, MAZAN, I will send you a sticker, one of my merchandise stickers. You've seen the other videos. I'll hold it up here. It's an I'd rather be fucking sticker. And that's probably exactly what my mom was thinking in that moment. Like, I'd rather be fucking, but instead I got to deal with this idiot kid that I got who's got to play jokes now. All right, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're enjoying these stories. Love you, miss you, and see you all on the other side. Ooh, I forgot. You can't have a basketball hoop in the back and then not see a shot, right? Let's see. Not even close.